everybody already feels like they do bomb sewings, and they may do that, but boo, you're not getting 350, 450 for your sewing. You're not, and that's not what I want to do. Girl, when I start talking about them oils and the scalp and the braids, they just look at me like, I didn't know you was a medical person. Yes, I'm educated. I'm gonna go get me a white coat, a white lab coat. This is the only thing that I've done where I can, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Curiosity, first of all, because as I was watching the videos explaining the program, and when it got to the tightening, like how to, I tighten them and it feels like a brand new sewing without taking it out. So I was like, how is she doing that? How does that work? And I mean, I'm not like a sew-in expert. It's a lot about sewing that I don't know, but I've seen some things. I I could have fell on the floor because I was like, girl, that is the one thing you ain't think. I was like, what did you do with the tail of the braid, especially if the person has really long hair? When I saw that, I was done. And then I was like, this lady is a daggone genius because I was like, so what do you do with the net? The net, when you added that little piece of net right there, I was just like, girl, I'm done. I'm done with Abra. I'm done. But I was so just intrigued. Like, what does she know different than I have seen before? She knows something, and I want to know what she knows. Girl, them daggone single prong clips, baby. Ooh, I probably threw them away in the cosmetology kit. Probably, girl, them things right there. Mm, they get in there where them double prong clips, the duckbill clips won't. Them things, girl, that's gold right there.
Man.
And you know what? And at first, I was really hesitant because I was like, that's a lot of money. But then I was like, just I said, if she clearly knows something I don't know. So I was like, if her tips and tricks or whatever, if I can pick up and learn, that would just elevate my sewing game now. But I was like, she knows something, and I want to know what she knows. And then I was like, she already has a list of clients that are already inquiring about this service. So I was just like, it was a two win, situation. I'm learning how to do something that nobody is doing, and I'm kind of, scared to talk to some of my hairstylist friends about it because the first thing they're gonna say is, "Oh, I do a good sew-in. Oh, I know how to do a sew-in." And I'm like, okay, but boo, you are not getting 350, 450 for your sew-in. You're not, and that's not what I want to do because everybody already feels like they do bomb sewings, and they may do that, but they're not gonna last. They're not gonna last like that. And then the video that I watch when they, get the tightening service, I was like, damn, I need to sew in so I could get that shampoo, honey, because I was like relaxed just watching the girl get the girl. I was like, yeah, they going
Perfection.
girl. That I stayed away from those nets forever, and I've seen other people put them on, And I was like, they just stitch, and I was just like, man. And the one thing about that I was always afraid of was when you start cutting it to try to trim the excess off, it would kind of roll up a little bit just because it was like only one time where I just felt like my clientele was strong enough to where I could just do hair. Over the years, things have gotten, kind of shaky. So I was just always kind of scared to just completely let go of another job. Confident, just joyful, and just happy. Well, relieved, I guess,
Mm.
because um, now I feel like I have something to offer that every other stylist doesn't do. It's funny how when you explain to the customer, they really get it. They get it. They see that it's something totally different that they've not had before. They're really into it, and especially when I would tell them, because the first thing they would say is, "Oh, I don't like the net because I can't scratch my scalp," and I was just like, "Girl, when I put this net on, you're not even gonna notice that your sewing is still intact because that net is just holding it down." And once I start talking to customers and I can see the little light bulb go off in their head, like, nobody has really talked to me like this. Um, Girl, when I start talking about them oils and the scalp and the braids, they just look at me like, I didn't know you was a medical person. Like, yes, I'm educated. I'm gonna go get me a white coat, a white lab coat. Girl, I have a friend of mine that I have been talking to her about you since I started, and she don't even do hair, but she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so excited! I'm so excited! I'm looking forward to getting my speed up, and I'm just looking forward to doing my 5 or 6 clients a week."
Mm.
I'm just amazed that know you can, and I just did my little chart just based off of the sew-in for $350. And when I say I put that toolbox strategically in my view when I'm at work and I can see it, people always just walk by. What are those numbers? What's that? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, you could do that with 5 people, and that's just the sew in. I was like, I haven't even done the retail, the hair, just any other styling services, just none of that. I was like, I look at the stylist in your video. I think she worked at Great Clips or something, one of those chains, and I know she was just amazed at how the difference in her income, how you spend all that time in there, and you can make more at McDonald's working in those kind of shops. And I just I know she was just relieved, like I'm trying to be. Every time I watched the video, I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. It was I was a man, I was a fool. I was a fool.
Yeah.
Where you said the stylist made almost $100,000 in the pandemic. During the pandemic, I was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. It's a benefit. I mean, that's how I was looking at it. It's a benefit educationally and positioning myself, because I don't have access to people knocking on my door for $350 sewing. But I was like, so I need to get into this, in this. And then it's so funny because I back when I signed up for this, I was like, okay, everything is gonna be late, get paid late for the next 4, 5, however many months it's taking. Everything is gonna be paid late. And then in the middle of that, I'm like, Kim, what are you doing? And then I was like, oh yeah, because by the time I finish this program, then I'm gonna be making my money, and then I can afford to move to Atlanta. Then I can afford to do this, and this. So I had to remind myself of the payoff at the end. I've never taken, I guess, like a detailed sewing class. So that was another reason why I'm glad, because I was like, I know she's gonna go over everything top to bottom. So that was another reason why it's like I'm gonna take this class. I'm gonna do this. They are excited, especially when I show them the videos and that client that, and you in the background, like, we ain't gonna never get through this. We ain't gonna never return. Yeah, that is my all-time favorite video, because that girl had me on the floor. I want those kind of reactions. That's what I want. I remember the sewings taking so long because they would do these real intricate braid patterns and teeny tiny braids. And I was like, she got 18 braids. It's definitely going to be worth it because, like I said, it was a lot of little stuff that I picked up like every time I watch it. It's something else that I might have missed the first time, but it's a lot of little stuff. And that's the kind of stuff that I'm looking for, on top of what I was supposed to do with them tail braids, because I swear I had no clue. And then I was like, if she got the net on, what are you gonna do with that? Duh. Oh, child. That was crazy. I even had my boyfriend he was all gassed up because he was just, I said, I finally watched the video and I figured it out. He was like, I got to know what happened. What I got to know. I was like, man, and he don't know nothing about doing hair, but he was all interested. So yeah, yes I do. Yes I do. And I'm like, the 350, that's starting at the on the low end, and I'm just like, I haven't even added in the hair yet. That's just the so I'm like, girl, yeah, I see. This is the only thing that I've done where I can, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, when you go to college for the 4 years, you don't know what kind of, most of the people are not even working in the field they studied for them 4 years. They doing something totally different. So I'm like, yeah, this. I sometimes I look at people and be like, oh, I wish he did hair. I wish he wanted to do hair. I wish he did hair. I wish he did hair. And now I can, I will feel more comfortable about approaching my friends, and I can, you know, show them this is what happened after I took this class. Um, I'm living in Atlanta comfortably because I took this class. And I'm just glad that it's something that a lot of other people are not doing.